This week on the Oatmeal Raisin Conspiracy.
Today I work at just a chiropractor's office, and I get there about about 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So I walk into work, and Dr. Ring usually has one student that comes in early in the morning. He's about mid-50s. He's a correctional officer in Cook County, right? And so I come in and I say hi to him and stuff, and we're all sitting there talking. And he starts asking me about what the kind of arts and stuff I do. I told him what it was, and he goes, and Dr. Ring and I were talking. And Dr. Ring's like, well, why don't you show him something? I said, okay, yeah, sure, no problem, I can show you something. I said, okay, so I'm gonna want you to hit me, and I'll show you what's up, what I do. So he proceeds to haul off and try to punch me dead square in my face. He literally like full speed. Boom. Not just trying to say, okay, so what does this kind of work like? Is this just came out and hauled off. He clipped my jaw. That was the last thing he did for the next 10 minutes. Clipped my jaw. I proceeded to bounce him off my arms, pick him up, and put him over my knee and damn near break his back.
Oh, Jesus.
Dr. Avery said, he goes, I saw him clip you. And I just went, oh, no, don't do that. No. So I put him over my knee where I would have, had I pushed any harder, his neck and back would have snapped. So wow. I let him back up. I helped him back up. And would you believe that he tried to get me again? He tried to swing on me again. I said, you got to be shitting me. So this time I punched him dead square in his knee. And I knocked him to the ground. I'm like, don't, just stop. I'm like, what is your problem? We were trying to be friendly here, and you were trying to take my block off. So he stopped after that, after I bounced him repeatedly.
Yeah.
Dr. Ring's wife walked in the room and said, what was all that noise? I said, I was teaching somebody a lesson. I'm like, I didn't want to do it. I was like, I thought, I'm trying to talk to you and I'm trying to explain what I explain what I do. Not like, okay, and I said, throw a punch at me. I didn't expect him to actually set himself and literally go for he was going, we were in a real brawl. It wasn't exhibition type thing. It was really, I'm going to knock your teeth out of your head. I went, well, that was a really bad idea on his part. Like I said, he literally clipped the right side of my jaw, and it just, as soon as I felt those knuckles touch, it turned on. I knocked him all over that goddamn room. I'm like, and I felt bad because he's 55 years old. I didn't want to have to do it, but I'm like, he fought me the entire time. I'm like, I'm trying to be nice. Okay, fine. You don't want me to be nice. If it wouldn't have been for me realizing that I don't want to damage equipment, I would have broken shit in his office. Right. I was being super sweet. I'm like, you fucking asshole. I mean, how dare you? I was just trying to be nice, dude. I don't understand what the fuck,
Yeah.
It was oh my god. I don't understand why. I'm like, why you gotta be a dick? Why you gotta be a dick? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just dumbest thing ever.
All right, welcome to the show, Hank.
Yeah, that sucks. I know. My driveway is about that amount, and if it's slick, my car will slide down into the fucking street.
Exactly. Imagine your driveway, and then extend it about 150 yards, and that's my driveway.
Yeah. I would want something.
My house is on my house is on the back side of the property, so I have to drive the entire fucking. I think you're sitting on.
You realize the road's a little slick. You park your car, you go in the house next morning, got to walk fucking two football fields, and motherfucker slid down the hill. I'll be back. Put on some skis. Just
I parked. That's actually what I should do. I should just park at the bottom and fucking ski down. But the other morning, I'd left my car in the driveway instead of pulling into the garage because I was going to go get gas. But then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to stay here. Left my car in the driveway. And then I walked out the front door, which I never do. And we had just got hit with an ice storm on the Sunday before. So I go out the door. I go down, and I know that the walkway is icy, so I'm going to walk on the rocks next to it. And I don't quite step on one of them. And I go to slip, and I go to catch myself, but then I just slip for about, 40 feet until I get to the level part of my yard, and I just eat shit. Like, I ate shit so hard it hurt my back. Like, it sucks. They're being overbearing and forcing her to trade in her car to get an all-wheel drive and forcing her to accept the fact that they're going to pay for it. And I told her, don't worry about it. We'll pay them back when we get a chance, when we get everything settled. And while they're at the fucking dealership, the house gets broken into. So, and there was some fucking shady characters hanging about a couple weeks before, like a month and a half or so before we moved out. But it's like as soon as they saw that there were no more cars there and there may be just one person living there again.
Right.
Well, next weekend I go on our windows. Depending on how they broke in, I'm gonna have to either put bars on our windows and put a strike force or a strike master steel reinforcement around her door frame. So as if I don't have.
You know what you put in that house? You know what you put in that house? Pit bulls. Just put pit bulls in that house.
Yeah, except her mom's fucking deathly afraid of dogs over the size of a chihuahua.
Okay, then get about 40
gun?
chihuahuas. Then it's like piranhas. Chihuahuas, you need a bunch of piranhas that are like chihuahuas. A guy comes into the house, they start attacking. You can only stomp on like 2 or 3 of them before they take you down and like just bite you to fucking death like a piranha. I mean, just do it that way. I'd say that's a fucking chihuahua. You do it that way too. Fuck it. That's what
I said that she should get a dog. I was the only person saying you need to get a fucking dog.
Fucking get a Komodo dragon. One bite, you're poisoned. You're fucking dead. Whatever. There. Then. Okay.
Just like have an automatic cage that you fucking opens when you leave, so nobody's in the house. So it won't kill you.
Yeah. Or that opens and it's not supposed to. Everything else locks down, so he's in this fucking maze. And then the Komodo dragon comes out. Now you're playing a game of what the fuck's going on, and you can't get out. See, the fucking best fucking security system ever. Things just lock down on you. You're like, what the hell's going on? What the hell's that noise? What's that hissing noise? Ah! And then, this fucking 7-foot fucking lizard comes out and attacks your ass. See? Got it covered. Or 7-foot lizard and 40 fucking, rabid chihuahuas. That just makes your life fucking miserable. No one will ever steal that house ever again. Don't feed dogs.
On a side note, apparently Craig has started to have a rave in his office.
I see that.
Well, You liked it?
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, it didn't do it that time.
Bass. We're at an EDM music festival, evidently. I didn't even know it. Why doesn't anyone tell me this shit? I don't have the right clothes on.
Apparently, I'm underdressed as well. I need to.
I don't have my pasties on. I got nothing on. I got those fucking pacifiers. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Are we gonna start doing YouTube? Like, is that the plan? No, not right now. No,
Not
I don't
yet.
want anyone seeing my
Not yet.
face.
Soon.
I'm
I'm trying to figure out a way to record this all, and we may
That's
need
why
to-
I keep wearing these things. I don't want anyone to see my face. I don't want people knowing
It's
the fuck.
an app you can put on your computer called Screen Capture.
right.
But then you
but-
have to figure out.
But the problem
audio.
is with this with the way this is set up, they have like whenever I'm talking to you guys and like it'll switch between you and Dennis normally whenever you guys are talking, but it won't ever come up on me. So then it'll look like I'm just this guy in the corner who's talking while you're playing with your beard.
some
and,
freaky
you
weird
know,
guy.
If
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like in the middle of
I
a
was saying,
long story.
Like today, if I don't switch between you guys, for some reason you guys don't automatically switch, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
That's weird.
Yeah, like, usually if Travis would talk, he'd pop up on my screen, but right now I'm just looking straight at Craig, and that's all I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And you know what? Fuck it. Don't care. It's working. I can hear you guys. I'm just gonna let it be.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they could set up a thing, if Google Hangouts could set up a way to isolate each person in the Hangout.
Mm. And then do the switching on my own later.
Computer when yeah. Well, no, you'd have it would be set up like yours would be there, Dennis's would be in the like middle on the right, and then I would be like the bottom left. You'd be the top left, Dennis be the middle right, and I'd be on the bottom. That way you have like
I'd be Lee Van Cleef. Fuck you guys.
It'd be like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, kind of. And then like it this is something we should send over to Google. Be like, fucking figure your shit out, make it easier for podcasters that want to do this shit.
Right.
Yeah, like they care. Although I did see that Google's really behind Elon Musk on his internet, or like universal internet, or
well, they gave him $1 billion.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Why wouldn't they be? Because they stole all the shit that they use. So, why not?
Okay. I don't hate Google and I don't hate Amazon, so.
No, I'm happy.
I disliked what Amazon was doing with Hatchet. I use Amazon a lot. I try to not use Google as much as possible, but just because I don't like the deal that they've got with the government where they just share everything.
So we're switching to Skype. I got it.
Well, no, because Skype doesn't fucking work on my computer. I can't fucking figure Skype out. Yeah, I can't figure it out. I go to set up a fucking account on it, and it just won't work. It won't open a video. So
we'll have to play with it. We'll figure that out. At some point, just because I'd like to start capturing video and editing it together and all that good stuff, but we'll fuck with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna go with the after the show, we're gonna have to eventually figure out how to do that anyway.
Yeah.
So
maybe I can set it up so I can have a separate computer that's in the call that no mic on it, just sits there dead and records the whole thing. I don't know. That's all for off air.
What, you don't like figuring this shit out on air?
Yeah. I'm sure it's real interesting to Hank.
Makes for riveting podcast.
Yeah, right.
Right there.
Hey, Hank is stuck with us, so
Hank, you know what? We can't prove or disprove the fact that Hank's there. So we can just have faith. Hank's now like a religious being to us, evidently. Because is Hank there?
We believe in the Almighty Hank. We can't prove his existence.
Hank is there. We believe is because we got to have faith, right? That's how religion works. We have.
Why don't we have a fucking soundboard ready for fucking George Michaels on that one?
Because that's ridiculous.
That's another thing I'm planning on working on here when I got some time.
Oh, right on. So, did you guys see what Amazon Prime's doing right now with the what are they calling it? I don't want to say it's a marathon. It's they have pilot shows they're putting together. That if people, when you vote on them, if they get enough votes, they'll actually make them into a full season.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They've been doing it for the past.
I saw something like that. I did notice. I did read recently that Amazon is taking a cue from, or a play really from Netflix playbook, and they're going to start doing their own like dedicated TV shows. That's what
part of this is. They did one last year. They did one with it's called Transparent. It evidently won some Golden Globe awards this year.
Yeah,
this year the
transsexual parents.
Yeah. This new one this year, they've got a bunch of them, but the one I'm kind of fascinated in is I think it's called The Man in the Tower. It's actually a Philip K. Dick film or book, and it's the premise is actually off his book is if the Allies didn't win World War II and how Germany and Japan actually run everything, like, had we lost. So I guess this is based off of Philip K. Dick now. So I'm kind of fascinated by it. There's a couple more they're doing that I want to see. There's another one that was written by the guy that did Lie to Me. I don't know if you've ever seen Lie to Me. It was on like Fox for a while. It had
Yeah.
yeah, I liked that show.
What's
his name? Not Jeffrey.
Motherfucker, I stepped away from the fucking goddamn microphone. We were talking about that show. The Man in the High Tower looks like it's going to be a fucking killer series.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that because I love fucking Philip K. Dick.
Philip K. Dick one, yeah, that's the one they're doing on Amazon. That's one of their fucking pilot shows they're putting together that you can.
Yeah,
vote on.
I'm all about seeing that because that fucking book was pretty. That book was pretty awesome.
Because I have Amazon Prime, so I've been tempted to watch that show because I hear it's pretty fucking fantastic. So,
they could, if they really wanted to do it, do it justice. They should do like a whole fucking PKD universe where they do like Man. High Tower. His stories could be intertwined if you played with them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and I think it's actually being done by Ridley Scott too, who did the original Blade Runner.
Well,
yeah,
isn't he busy doing Blade Runner 2?
Huh?
No, it wouldn't be Blade Runner 2.
Well, whatever they're doing a sequel to Blade Runner.
That's your idea.
I'm not happy about that. Leave the fucking classics alone, goddammit. Blade Runner doesn't need a sequel. No. There's no room for a sequel.
It's just like they're bringing back Twin Peaks, and they're bringing back fucking. They're still talking about bringing back X-Files. Why? You don't. They're both seasons. They've been done. You don't need to bring them back.
I didn't watch X-Files the first time.
Well, I'm just saying. Why are you bringing it back? I mean, they're still in talks to bring that back. Why? Why bring back X-Files? It was fine.
It's not going to be Scully and Mulder. They fucking failed when they replaced Mulder. Like fucking David Duchovny left.
Then they brought in the Terminator.
And
right.
They brought in the Terminator, and it started going downhill. And then Gillian Anderson left. Schwing. And
speaking of, have you seen?
They brought in that one that I don't. Have I seen her what?
I just on Netflix right now they have Johnny English Reborn. We were just talking about this earlier with Rowan Atkinson. Gillian Anderson's in it, and this is about a 2 or 3 year old movie. She looks fantastic. She's completely different.
Is still.
I'm telling you, she looks so much better now.
Fucking still had a fucking teenage crush on her. She's what? She's fucking late 50s, early 60s. She's still sexy as shit.
Is she that old? I don't think she's that old.
She's up there, man. Let me fucking IMDb it. Look her up.
I don't have my phone on me, so I don't fucking care.
I got it right here.
I figure I'll say she's late 40s, but I don't think she's much older than that. I don't think she's in her mid 50s. Someone prove me wrong on that.
Bing. Nah, dude, she was in her late 20s when she hit the X-Files.
Well, yeah, but even then she'd only be in her 50s, early 50s at the earliest, not nowhere 60s.
Anderson.
It hasn't been that fucking.
She's 46.
Yeah,
so I thought she was a lot older than me. A lot older.
Yeah, she's about my age. Fuck off, all right, asshole.
About your age. You just barely turned 40. That'd be like me saying you're about my age.
Okay, I just turned 40 and she's 46. That would be about my age. If you were, I'm closer to her age than I am to your age. Think about that.
You're closer to Alex Jones's age.
You're exactly the same distance away.
Yeah, are you?
You're 2 years older. Yeah, you're 2 years closer to her than you are me.
Okay, see, that's right. Yeah. So
I forget how fucking
Dennis,
old I am.
You're closer
I feel
to
like
Alex
I'm
Jones's age than you are mine.
Well, you just act like you're that fucking old. I'm 72. That's
Speaking of acting and feeling that old, we had a dog show up in our backyard yesterday, and
you shot it.
Oh,
no, I didn't.
It's on my fucking lawn.
He interacted with Gabrielle really, really sweetly. He was really all about Gabrielle.
And then he saw you and just realized how bad of a person you were.
I stopped on the. Well, no, I stopped at the store, got some dog food, give him some food because she from the picture she sent me, he looked a little gaunt. I got there and I went in and I was talking real nice to him, like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" Like, took all the bass out of my voice, tried to come at him at a very like non-dominating, like aggressive way because it's a new dog. I don't know the dog.
Right.
And put the food down and like had my hand there so he could sniff it. He sniffed my hand and he gave me a little low growl. And I was like, this dog does not like me. He does not trust me, and he will bite me in a heartbeat if I try to get close to him. Huh?
And he lives with you now.
No, we called animal control because they would take him, see if he's microchipped. We were thinking about keeping him. If we exhausted all our other avenues, we were thinking about keeping him.
Right.
And we might. Still, I'm for him. We're gonna keep tabs on him and make sure that he doesn't get put down. But the animal control guy came, and he comes into the garage, and I'm standing there talking to him in the garage. I'm standing with my socks on a concrete floor. It's cold as fuck, and I start getting chilled. Never before in my life has my back seized because I was cold.
Oh, someone's gotten their age.
Yeah, and I told Gabrielle, I was like, I need to get inside right now. She's like, why? What's wrong? I was like, my back has seized, like to the point where I was short of breath. Like I was kind of scared. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? So yeah, my age is multiplying. It didn't help that it was also the first time that I ever ran a hammer all day. At this new shop, I ran the 35,000 all day for the first time.
Yeah.
And Jesus fuck, like I ain't got to touch anything, like I ain't got to hold on to any of the steel anymore. But fucking Christ, like we're working for an hour and a half, like 2 hours straight sometimes, pumping that fucking pedal, and it's like.
And his Wi-Fi is just fucking with people.
I think he needs to turn off his video feed.
It just gets my legs sore on. But so I missed last week. I listened to most of the show. But what's been happening?
I have no clue. What the hell did we talk about? We talked about really cool old shows.
Yeah.
That's because that's what
I continued watching the Dukes of Hazzard after we got off the air.
All week this week, in my head, I've had the theme to the fucking dating game just going off in my head for no reason in particular.
We didn't even talk about the dating game.
Trust me, I don't. And about 3 weeks ago, I had the fucking theme to fucking Sanford and Son just going off.
That's a good show, though.
Yeah, it's a great show, but I mean, it just I
was sitting here. It's a really annoying song.
I was humming today, and they're like, "What are you humming?" I said, "I have no clue what this is. I know it's a game show. What the fuck is it?" They're like, "I think that's a dating game."
You know what's a really annoying song to get stuck in your head out of the middle of nowhere for no reason? The theme song from the Waltons.
The Waltons.
Or no, is it Little House on the Prairie?
Wouldn't know it. I ever watched it. Never watched that shit.
I grew up in the fucking podunk.
Well, you grew up in a house of that. That's kind of what it See, fucking don't know why. I was at work. I was just walking all over. They're like, "What are you fucking humming?" I'm like, "I don't know." And they
Are we just not worried about like copyright infringement anymore?
I don't care.
No, because this is free. You can't. There's no copyright. We're not paying for anything. This show is free. Everything's free, so you're allowed to actually do this kind of stuff. It's fantastic.
Are you sure about that?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. Yeah. I will say a solid.
Once
80%.
we do go to video, we may have to be a little bit more conservative on what we do.
Because we
then
can't
we'll
play
get
it
the
over
takedowns on
YouTube. We
YouTube.
can't play. They'll take.
Yeah, but say we're not on YouTube, so who the fuck
Yeah.
cares? I mean,
For now.
we've got the almighty Hank listening, and probably like a half dozen other people, so
Yeah.
it's all right.
No, like when we're on YouTube, we can't straight up play videos like we've done in the past.
Down-
So
Yeah, we
Right.
can't play other YouTube videos. That's
Right.
for sure.
Which is an irony because they're already on YouTube. Why can't you just play what's on there already? It's like just whatever.
well, once we go to YouTube, we can put the thing where they add the little 5-second, delay to ad or whatever, and then maybe
Yeah.
we can make a little bit of cash to pay for this show.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of things. Well, no, there's a couple of things that I've been considering. The Patreon page, I'm working on figuring out like what we can do as far as, because people do Patreon if they do it monthly for us.
Mm.
Like one of us or all three of us.
I am very impressed by that fact, Travis. I really am. How optimistic you are.
I
very
could
proud
see
of-
one Patreon, and that'd be Hank.
Yeah, it would be
And he would
Hank
be
would
donating a
might
penny
like,
a
float us a
month.
fucking 20. Hank might just go, yeah. I've been
But
listening.
think of it this way, Dennis.
Everybody else would be like, why the fuck would I give you money?
with no other. So with bad weeks, let's say we have a slow spell like we have recently.
Actually, the past couple of weeks have been pretty good when you weren't on. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
I'm also, but we'll just talk about it now. But I'm
always
working
wanted to have
on
one.
ways to circumvent the slow weeks, because I think a lot of times what happens is when people listen to us the
Videos
most is
of
when we
midget
have a fourth. What?
I said videos of
I didn't-
midget strippers. We will totally
Oh.
fucking bank on that right there. Midget strippers. Hell yeah.
But when people seem to
I'm
listen to
sorry.
us the
Little people strippers. My bad.
Jesus
I was
Christ,
very
dude, let him
ironic.
talk.
I'm sorry. That was a very.
you just
that was-
you had
that
that
was-
condescending look about you. You looked at him in that tone of voice, Craig.
I'm sorry. I realized. I apologize for my offensive words. It should be little people. Little people.
no, I'm
entertainment.
saying let Travis finish this thought.
Me?
When people
I thought
listen
so.
to us the most, apparently, is when we have a guest on, whether it's been someone with any form of celebrity or a regular person. It seems that, much like when we first brought Craig on the show, our hits went up.
Valid.
Because
Right,
when
because
on
they would
shows
have
with
another
formats
voice.
like when
I agree with
shows
how great I
formats
am.
like ours, where it's just
Well,
when it's just like the three of us all
listen,
the time,
don't
I
put-
think people kind of
don't
get
you
burned
put
out.
me in your fucking wheelhouse there. I am not as mad and angry as you are. You can be a curmudgeonly old fuck. I'm a happy-go-lucky, fun-loving guy.
I didn't
am-
put anybody in a wheelhouse, motherfucker. Myself.
I am a joy and a wonder to be around. I am a fantastic.
No one in any wheelhouse. I said nothing about our personalities whatsoever. I said when it's just the three of us for extended periods of time, I think people start to drop off a little bit. But we
Yeah.
still get a dedicated 30 hits a week.
Yeah, and whose fault is that? It's not me. I'm fantastic. It's not my problem. I'm
Keep
always-
telling yourself that, sunshine. I think people come to listen to me bitch about everything else. Like it could be me that's being
I honestly
the draw.
I honestly think people come to listen to me berate you constantly. I think that's what people keep coming to listen.
Actually, I do believe, I would have to agree that people come back weekly to hear you talk shit to me, to hear me complain about everything, and to hear Craig pipe in with his all-American shit about, whatever we're saying, Craig will take the contrite viewpoint
America.
and make us look like really bad people. I think that's why people come back weekly. The 30 people that come back and listen to us every week. But when we get the most hits, we usually have a fourth person. So to finish the thought, my idea is I am going to just start sending random invites to normal people with modicum of celebrity. I'm still sending invites to people with like.
You remember the last
A
time
lot
you
of
said
celebrity.
about the random people? You remember what happened? Do we need to go back to that show?
No, I'm setting up singular
Oh,
invites. I'm going to send them out to specific people. just regular people. Is this fucking? Is this the Hulk themes? The Hulk?
That is
Hollywood
correct.
Hulk Hogan's fucking theme music?
Hulk Hogan, not Hollywood Hulk Hogan. That was completely different.
Okay. I watched wrestling for the first time and for fucking forever last night. I watched fucking Friday Night SmackDown to annoy
You know what?
Gabrielle.
Monday night we
Why?
were watching TV in the living room, and we were flipping, and my wife was flipping through, and I said, "Is that Shawn Michaels?" Because we flipped through Monday Night Raw, and she goes back, she's like, "That's not Shawn Michaels." Totally Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, and Hulk Hogan.
And Ric Flair? Yeah.
Oh my
And
god!
the
it was
Big
awesome.
Show came out and fucking
Yes!
knocked out Ric Flair.
Yeah, and then some dude came down and fixed everything.
Why?
Yeah.
What? Can I
Another
ask
Samoan
why?
guy.
Was it just because somebody needed some cash?
Because it's wrestling, man. What are these guys good for? They go to they're now on the fucking convention circuit, which fucking blows my mind. Where, like, guys show up at C2E2 and fucking New York Comic Con
Listen,
and
If Ric
San
Flair's
Diego
going to be at
Comic Con.
C2E2, I will be in that line. I don't care if it's $100 for his autograph.
Did you say Ric,
I'll
did
get
you say
Ric
Ric
Flair.
Flair?
Fuck
Will,
yeah!
will you go up to him and be like, "Nature Boy"? Woo!
Because I know
yeah.
last
I'm
year
with
they
Mike.
had Diamond Dallas Page there last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck DDP.
I almost
That guy sucked when he was wrestling.
I almost literally ran into him because of the crowd. He was coming through with his girlfriend that was probably about half his age. And I almost literally ran into him because I'm like, oh, hey, it's Diamond Dallas Page. He's like, what's up?
DDP!
I'm like,
Fucking scumbag. That's what I was.
I just kind of gave him one of those, white guy head nods. The head, they tilt back, what's up, type thing. It's, that's about it.
You're old.
Huh?
That's
that,
what
Travis?
I would have just been like, "You're old.
You're old. What's up, Grandpa?
You're too old.
Why you holding your granddaughter's hand, man?
That's just disgusting."
As I get a text message, hurry up and videotape this, I'm getting my ass kicked. And Travis running around in circles. You can't catch me, old man.
Who? Too slow, old man.
He's just juking left and right. Hook your ass. How do you like that? Yeah.
What was his finishing move? The diamond cutter. They're like, "Ooh, diamond cutter, bitch!" Fucking give him a fucking drop shot, like the big fucking elbow right there in the middle of C2E2.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Where's the big guy? I need to get off a turnbuckle. Come here, motherfucker.
Hey, you come fucking throw me in the air. Throw me at that motherfucker.
Yeah. That'd be fantastic. I think 1 year I'll just have to. The last year we ever decided to go to C2E2, I will make a scene just for the fuck of it.
Jesus.
Though admittedly, if I make that scene, it wouldn't matter when. It would just be the last time I was ever allowed in C2E2. So,
No, I think you'd get kicked out that time, but they'd let you back in. Like, there's fucking thousands of people that go there, man. You think you really think that they're gonna keep track?
I grow a mustache or something, so I look completely different the following year. Is that the same? Nope, that's not me. I have a mustache, and just walk through.
You'd have to do like a full on fucking 70s fucking handlebar, like
I would go with
Burt
more,
Reynolds
yeah,
fucking
I would go more
Burt
with,
Reynolds fucking handlebar.
Oh damn it, Sam. Not Sam Clark. Holy
Rockwell?
shit, not Sam Rockwell.
No,
I know Sam Rockwell's never had it. Cowboy, always play cowboys. Big old fucking mustache. Oh fuck, I'll remember his name later. I'll be in bed and just pop up.
Something
and
that
scream.
starts with Sam.
Was he in Tombstone?
Huh? He was in like Roadhouse and shit. That guy.
Yeah, he was in Tombstone too.
Yeah, and that big old fucking, the manly mustache that kind of comes down from like the fucking lip, and somehow just even if you don't shave, it just kind of like follows the mouth down to the sides because it can't help itself because it's just that manly. So we're gonna go here, and you're gonna like it. Too bad. He was hanging out with a dude and stuff like that. I guess they're making a sequel to that too. By the way, they're making a sequel to fucking The Big Lebowski.
I just had to play that, so it was up on my playlist.
Yeah, did you hear about that? They're making the sequel to Big Lebowski. They're making a sequel. I guess evidently the Wachowski brothers are coming back together to make a sequel for it.
Wachowski siblings.
Whatever.
They're not
Whoever
brothers anymore.
Siblings.
One of them's a fucking girl, I guess, now. And I feel like suddenly I'm in a fucking cave or something.
You have been in a cave, dude.
No, like I can. What I'm hearing.
I just paused because I'm hearing it too.
Really? Because
And it's happening on my end as well.
Oh wait, no, there it comes. I just heard it. Some like echo effect. It just happened.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up and call you guys back, and hopefully that'll fix it.
All right.
And we're back.
Where were we? We were talking about sequels. Yes,
Yeah,
sequels.
sequels to the thing.
The Wachowski siblings.
Why? Well, yeah, Wachowski siblings. They're not brothers anymore because one of them got his dick snipped.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought we
dude,
could get past that part.
You guys ever watched Bill Burr? Anyway, the stand-up comedian Bill Burr.
I haven't watched any of his new stuff. I started to watch the Netflix special he did last year or 2 years ago.
No, last year, the one, the black and white one.
The one where he says we was talking about shotguns having good range.
No. This is a newer one. He talks about transgender. He goes, as a sports guy, I don't get it. He goes, you could be ranked 80th in the guys' tennis, and all of a sudden you get snipped, and you're ranked number 3 in women's tennis. That's just not fair. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why they've banned most transgenders.
He even said, he goes, most transgenders. He goes, now a lot of the transgenders, the people are trying to get into MMA. He goes, all I see is a dickless guy beating up on a girl. It's like, it's just fucking, that doesn't count. It can't count. Right? I mean, it just doesn't work.
That's why they've done, like, I'm all for, everybody being equal decisions as far as your genitalia goes. I'm all good for you having all the same rights as me.
Whether shovel or not, dude. Just want to see if I need to hand you a shovel. I was just waiting.
Well, no, probably. Fucking at this point, I already got. All you have to do is chisel out a fucking epitaph on my tombstone. I'm all for like everyone having equal rights. That's kind of like par for the course. Everyone who has listened to this show knows that everyone. Well, Dennis and I are libertarians. Craig is a fucking Democrat, apparently.
Good American.
Craig's a Craigitarian. Craig's just what Craig is.
Craig is a good American.
Craigitarian. He's a Craigitarian. I just do what I do. It's usually based around Tom Baker, but whatever. I mean, I do what you got.
I do what the Hulkster tells me.
I thought it was a Tom Baker thing, dude.
So the Hulkster tells you to cheat on your wife and get your deadbeat.
No, he tells me to
son
say
in
my
jail.
prayers, eat my vitamins, and be a good American.
Speaking of vitamins, I bought probiotic vitamins
Been pooping a lot.
today. Shit vitamins. I bought shitter vitamins.
Yeah, it does. It really fucks with your stomach, doesn't it?
I don't know. I haven't started them yet.
Probiotics, because I know the way you eat, those probiotics, you're gonna be on the shitter for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
I'm eating better. Gabrielle actually forces me to eat better. We eat mostly organic food, which kind of pisses me off because it's more expensive.
Make it cheaper. I would eat way more organic food.
Exactly. She doesn't want to eat anything that's not fucking organic. It's like organic food costs 3 times as much. Like, we've spent the last 30 years of our lives not eating organic food and not getting. Well, she had cancer, kinda, but
Kinda.
But didn't she?
It wasn't like she had benign tumors that she had removed.
But wasn't she also a smoker?
She smoked pot.
Doesn't matter. Did she smoke?
Whoa, you can't say that on the air. I'll
carcinogens in her
delete that
fucking
out.
system.
Yeah, I've never had tumors. I've smoked for the last fucking 12 years.
Yeah, well, partially genetics, partially working in your environment where you're very physically active every fucking day. It does make a big difference.
Still, I like you. I wish that organic food was more cost effective.
I'm with
Because I
you know,
like organic food. I enjoy it. Like I bought curry butter.
Yeah.
I joined BJ's so we could fucking get shit in bulk.
Right.
And they have like big because I need to order. I'm gonna order the 5-pound bag or the 50-pound bag of fucking bulletproof coffee. So that's the only coffee bag I need to buy this for.
It is good coffee. I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty good coffee. Just in general, just the coffee itself is actually pretty fucking tasty.
But I've already got the MCT oil. I never mixed it when I was living with Gabrielle's mother because there were people sleeping in the next room and fucking the ninja that she had was fucking.
Yeah, I know because when you blend it, you can't fucking. There's no way to be quiet about it. It just fucking goes.
And I fucking wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning, so I'm sure the entire house would not appreciate me fucking. I'm
making it. Make it come.
Sorry, I needed my coffee.
Why didn't you just mix it, cut it up beforehand, or whatever you had to do?
Well, MCT oil needs.
It needs to be blended into a fat soluble, some type of fat soluble, which they usually use butter for. So
well, why didn't you do it the night before and stick it in the refrigerator?
Otherwise,
because it separates.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
man! You guys are fucking hippies with
oil.
this shit.
I've made it.
It's concentrated coconut oil, basically.
It's fantastic. Trust me, Craig. I mean, if you try it, like I don't know how much you drink coffee. You fucking drink. Like I've given it to Travis before. It's like 8 hours of pure energy, and it doesn't. There's no crash or anything. You just fucking drink it, and you're gone all fucking day. It's fantastic.
Craig, what is your favorite warm drink? Do you drink coffee?
I drink black tea. I do not drink coffee.
No, he's a tea guy. He's a huge tea guy.
So your favorite tea? What's your favorite tea?
I don't know. English breakfast.
You drink, we'll just throw one out, like Earl Grey.
English
all right,
breakfast.
so let's say you take an Earl Grey type.
Yeah, English breakfast.
English breakfast
Whatever.
coffee or breakfast tea that's loaded with caffeine, so you get that boost in the morning. Now you brew your tea, you brew it. You have your specific tea. You have your specific way of making it. Do you put any kind of cream or milk in it?
A little bit of milk, a little bit of sugar.
All right, so you take, instead of putting milk in it, you get some unsalted curry butter, which is grass-fed
Jesus Christ! I saw
butter.
this on Facebook the other fucking day. Fuck! I am not putting butter in fucking drinks.
Let me tell you. You take a tablespoon. You just take a little tiny slice. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as milk, my friend. It's made from milk.
Milk's liquid.
You know what, Craig? I'm on his side on this one. I hate to say it. I am with Travis on this
Slice of Kerrygold butter.
I saw that clickbait all over Facebook the other day.
It's not clickbait. I'm telling you, we've had it before. It tastes fucking delicious.
Yeah.
You take just a slice of Kerrygold butter. You preheat your Ninja or your blender. You take your perfectly blended, your perfectly brewed tea that you've just brewed for yourself. You put it in your blender, your preheated blender. You take that little slice of butter. You don't need a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like a tablespoon of MCT oil, and you blend it. Blend it for a couple of seconds till it gets nice and blended, nice and frothy, and then you let it sit. It doesn't change the taste of your tea from putting sugar in it. You can still put your sugar in it. It doesn't taste any different than putting milk because it's unsalted. And now you're putting the Kerrygold butter, which gives you the protein load that you need for that day. And the MCT oil activates your metabolism without activating your gastrointestinal system. So it doesn't make you hungry. It just activates your metabolism, so you burn fat and you have a blast of energy. You warm up, you feel good. It has no crash. That's the greatest thing about it.
Where
it
do
has
you get
no
this?
crash, so it gives you a blast of energy.
What's the MCT oil?
MCT oil,
multi-chain
triglycerides.
Oh my god! I gotta turn these lights off. I can't see to write.
multi-chain. They're multi-chain triglycerides. They're usually found in coconut oil. That when they put it into a centrifuge, when it splits, there's several layers of fats, and the MCT is the middle chain, and it actually sets off certain metabolic effects in the human body. The reason you put it into butter, or you could technically use like a heavy cream, but butter's just easier to use because the heavy cream's just a little. There's the fat.
It tastes different. Heavy cream just tastes different.
It has a different taste, but because it sets into the fat cells on the butter. It now lasts everything you put in there because it attaches to the fat cells. It actually lasts longer, so you don't have to drink as much coffee and or tea or anything to keep you motivated for longer periods of time. It's actually very easy to do. And Travis and I did this. When did we do this, Travis? It's like 2 years ago, 2 years ago. We started doing this about 2 years ago before this was all just fucking hit the internet. It was like a couple years ago.
Yeah, because
wasn't
it seemed like you guys were on the clickbait train, and I'm like, what the fuck? And
No,
then what happened next?
Right. This is before you came on the show, so it was like a couple years ago. Like right when we first started. I found out about On It, and On It
now entered our third year of podcasting, so it's been a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least 2 years. Or a year and a half, somewhere between a year and a half and 2 years. It's been a while because you and I started talking about On It the first time when we first started really doing the show. We were already talking about
our On It podcast was probably like 5 or 6 episodes in.
Yeah, so this is when we started doing this, when we first tried this out, and I
that
made a couple.
Was called The Idiot's Workout, by the way.
Yeah, and I gave I made this stuff and I gave it to Travis because I was the first one to try it out, and I tell you what, man, I literally just started sweating. I was like, holy fuck, I'm just really warm.
I remember when we made it one day. We were working second shift.
Yeah,
both of us were working second shift, and you made it, and you drove in that day. Because we decided to carpool, and you made it. You gave.
Yeah, I remember that. Holy fuck! I made it. I gave him
a cup, and
I
drank a cup, and we sitting in your car. Your fucking windows steamed up.
Our windows
because we had.
Which one is it? The first one or the second one?
MCT oil, the bottom.
Second one.
Okay.
Second one, MCT. Yeah, micro chain triglycerides.
I was just making sure.
Middle
it wasn't
chain triglycerides.
Yeah, I'm sorry, middle chain triglycerides. Yeah, it's the middle set I've usually used out of coconut oil.
Okay.
The best one that we found is on Bulletproof Coffee. I believe the website is bulletproof.com.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's. I think it's it's something like Bulletproof Life or something like that.com. He has a bunch of stuff on there. He's got like coffee and chocolate and vanilla and some other things he put together. He worked really hard to make like this like non-shitty food supplements, and it works pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's pretty. I'm not one
upgradedself.com.
Yeah, I'm not one for hyping some shit, dude. But I'm telling you, this stuff worked like a fucking charm for me.
What if you just put it in a cup of water?
That works too.
The tea oil?
It is completely tasteless.
Yeah, you can actually just take a fucking tablespoon a day of it. It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could drink a tablespoon of it.
What does the butter do then?
It attaches to the butter, and it replaces milk, which isn't necessarily all that good for you.
Don't give me that. I don't want to hear any of this fucking commie bullshit about milk being bad for you now.
Oh no, milk's not. No, the reason
it's not bad for you, but it's not necessarily good for you. Your body still has difficulty digesting it.
It's not that. The thing is, though, is that a lot of butters are more unpasteurized than milk, so you can actually get more vitamins and nutrients out of actually butter than you can out of milk.
But I take a multivitamin, so I don't think that's a problem for me.
Well, I take a multivitamin too. Actually, I do gummy multivitamins because I'm like 12. Because I can't help myself. They're actually kind of good. And
I can't say much about that because someone else in this house does the same thing. I take normal ones.
Yeah, they're 2 a day. You pop a couple in your mouth and you fucking chew them. And
I take one a day.
Yeah, you just take 2 in the morning. You just pop 2 in your mouth. I just take them when I take my fucking hard medication.
No, see, I take men's 1 a day because I'm an adult.
I just like having gummy.
Yeah,
because I'm like fucking 10.
If I want that, I'll go to the candy store and buy gummy bears.
Yeah, I still will go buy gummy bears. I don't give a shit. Whatever. I tell you what, they put them in fucking jelly beans. I'd be happy as shit.
Now-
I would have a multivitamin jelly bean. That'd be awesome.
Now Albanese did make. They did have for a while. They had gummy vitamin C's.
Really?
They were pretty good.
Yeah. You know what? Albany's has that magical gummy. Fucking their gummies, whatever it is something they did that's fucking magical.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
and gummy anything from them is always fucking tasty. I love their little army men. Fucking love them to death.
The snakes.
But their snakes, the gummy bears, all of them. I don't know how they make them, but they never get hard, and they're
Did
always.
you ever go to the
soft.
factory?
Huh?
Did you ever go to the factory to buy them?
Oh yeah, like you mean
Yeah,
Willy
because you
Wonka?
can see how they make them. You just look through the windows.
Yeah, it's like Willy fucking Wonka in there. You just get all fucking giggly. You're like,
Yeah.
What is that? What the fuck did you just pop up there, Travis? What do you got going on here? What is that?
This is the. It's called ecstasy.
Whoa,
oil.
I'm not taking no ecstasy. I ain't
It's
into that.
totally different. That's not ecstasy oil. Is that
No,
the same
it's
thing?
it's not called MCT oil anymore. They
changed.
He changed the name of it. Yeah. Medium chain triglycerides from coconut and or palm kernel.
Yeah.
Now, if I take this, am I going to want to listen to shitty music and rub on people?
No.
Okay,
No.
good.
And this is where we've got it. This is the brand that we have used.
Yeah, I have.
And
used
they
that
have brain octane
personally
oil
used that
too.
brand, and I recommend it to people. Their coffee is really good because it's not bitter. Their coffee is not bitter at all, which is fucking astounding. Because most people, when you always had that bitter taste in coffee, his doesn't have it. His whatever he did to his coffee, there's no bitterness when you make it. It's fantastic. It just tastes like coffee. So I'm like, wow, there's no fucking bitter aftertaste.
I occasionally will have a cup of coffee, but it's like only if I go out for breakfast and it's like the shitty diner coffee.
Yeah, well, I mean that's just kind of it just kind of goes with it. I need to go back over to fucking jelly so I can get because I forgot jelly has like fucking you can get a mimosa or a fucking fucking
You can get
Bloody
a
Mary
screwdriver
first thing in the
first thing in
morning.
the morning, man.
Huh?
I've had a screwdriver there one morning.
Well,
Steak
I know
and
they have
eggs and a
for breakfast.
screwdriver.
Usually, they either have mimosas. They also have Bloody Mary. They make a really good fucking Bloody Mary there too for
Yeah.
breakfast. It's a fantastic fucking drink.
Why? You don't need to drink for breakfast, Dennis. That's a bad life choice, Dennis. That's
No,
a
it
bad
is
life
not.
choice.
No way.
Or
The hell
if you
drink what's your day?
Travis, you want a drink recipe for early morning? You get some Earl Grey tea. You put your milk and your sugar in like you normally would. Top it off with some gin.
Shot of whiskey.
No, a shot of gin.
Really, gin?
Gin and Earl Grey. It's a lot better than
Really?
it sounds.
It seems like gin would be too bitter for that.
No, it's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know
I
where
mean,
I
like,
learned that from?
See,
Jellies.
I've never
I mean, like an
I've never
Irish-
enjoyed the taste of gin though.
Dude, a good gin and tonic made properly is always a fantastic drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I drank gin and tonics
you
once,
get
and
a
that was
good
only
bartender.
because we could hide it in water bottles and get drunk in public.
No, you get a good bartender who knows how to make a good gin and tonic. They are a fantastic drink. It's like a guy
I
who
will
can actually.
say,
I mean, I met like finding a guy who can make a good fucking mojito because they fuck it up constantly. You got to find a right guy who can make a decent mojito.
Or you got to
too.
find a good bartender who can make a good jum.
That actually, I've had your chum. It's not bad. I'm not gonna lie. I've had your chum. It's not too bad.
you guys and your fucking fancy fucking mojitos and jum and fucking
Chum's not
Have you
fancy,
ever
man.
had
It's just
jum?
fuck all that.
Travis, have you ever had jum?
rum.
It's
There's
gin
nothing
mixed with
fancy
rum,
about
brother.
chum.
It's
It's just
gin
having-
and rum. It's two of the things that I hate the most.
Oh, man.
We
It's
fucking
just-
have any other alcohol
it's
in it.
just
We just
sugar
put them
and
together.
flavor,
We
man.
can have enough.
I spent several months drinking the small bottles. I don't. What are those fifths? The small bottles.
Yeah, something like
Every
that. I think Travis just has. He's just angry at us because we can handle our
more
liquor.
Captain Morgan, just go to sleep. Fucking rum I can't stand. Gin I don't really like the taste of, but rum I can't drink anymore. The same with vodka.
Dude,
I
I
can't drink
thought-
vodka anymore.
I just found this fantastic single malt Scotch that they fucking mature. They double mature. They put it in an ordinary whiskey barrel or a Scotch barrel, and then they put it over and mature it again in a fucking rum barrel. You want to talk? It's like a fucking 14-year fucking aged. Oh my god, dude, it is fantastic. It's like you don't have that fucking woody taste like you would in a good Scotch.
Alright.
So, yeah.
I have no idea where we were at.
Me neither.
No, I know. We all had to stop for our drinks. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. I will
And
break
Ed,
the fourth
I haven't.
booze.
I haven't drank anything for a couple of weeks now.
I was every week now. I just drink some of this single malt scotch, which is just fucking tasty.
I enjoyed that sweet berry wine last week.
This
Yeah, what was it called? It was
The Billy Booze.
Billy Booze. That's it.
Yep.
Billy Booze. I want to try some, dude. If you get your hands on some more, I want to try some of the Billy Booze.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
You just let me.
I drank some of this Scaldus Noel, which makes me think of Scalzi, the author. But that's 12%. I'll be honest with you. It hit me a little hard because I haven't drank in a while.
That's what happened.
Lost your edge.
You lost your heavyweight, brother. You lost your heavyweight
I'm
status.
old.
It's what you get for not being straight edge no more.
That's
what happens when you get old.
Nah, shit, dude. I've been drinking since 11 o'clock this morning. Are you fucking kidding me? It hasn't stopped me none.
Well,
Yeah,
what
but you
happens when
drink
you fight a guy.
regularly.
I don't drink regularly. It's just on Friday.
You drink regularly, motherfucker. Don't deny.
Fridays
You
are
drink
regular.
regularly.
Once a week, I drink fucking booze.
Well, yeah. In the last couple of weeks, I haven't.
I don't know if you can. Craig, would you consider drinking constantly on a Friday regularly, or was that just be like a
Had to drink.
every once in a while? I mean, what would you consider that? Seriously, I need a third
If you do
opinion
it
on
every
that.
Friday, I guess it's regular.
Is it regular? I mean, it's not like it's. I mean, if it was every other day, I could see regular. I could see if it's like,
Well,
I guess
It's scheduled, so it would be regular. The same thing as
I guess.
shitting. You shit around the same time every day, so you're regular shitter.
I don't.
You know,
I
that's
don't
what
actually.
that's what they call shitting regular.
Do you actually have like a fucking schedule of your shits? I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure. Yeah,
I try.
You have like
because
it's like-
I have a problem shitting in public restrooms.
Wow.
So I try to
12:45.
eat. Well, no, I
have-
try to eat the same time every day because my body, everyone's body. If you eat at a specific time, you should shit at a specific time. So I try to eat at a time where I won't shit while I'm at work because I have a problem sitting on public toilets. You
have the biggest fucking paranoia of that stuff, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard of anyone having any serious problems from
But toilets, man. I sit on a public toilet. Even if I build a nest of toilet paper on it, I feel like my body is being invaded by fucking foreign bacteria. Like that's just how
Hope
it
you
is.
never go to prison. Then that's all I'm gonna say. Hope you never go to prison.
I hope I never go to prison as well.
With your with your anger issues, it's not gonna get you far. And two, there's
Listen,
no way
I have
you would
calmed
never
down.
poop.
immensely.
You'd be in prison all day not pooping. It would just be impossible. You would die of sepsis, something. I don't know.
Septic.
Even the guy who decided that he needed to slam on his brakes at every hill and every turn on the twisty, hilly road that leads to my house that is fucking 45 miles an hour, and he decided to go 30 or less, didn't get me to the point where I was ready to get out of my car and kill him.
Wow,
which
you have gotten older.
a couple of years ago
Yeah.
would have sent me over the edge, and I would have road raged until he fucking pulled over and I started to fight.
Nah, your testosterone's getting low. You might need to take something for that.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Travis.
But that's I've no, I've figured out my triggers, and I've been doing better at not allowing myself to flip the fuck out.
You've been checking out your privilege, too. Hey, Travis. I can tell you got really old because you own a shirt that's not black.
Holy shit, that's right. You're not wearing a black T-shirt. What
That's
the fuck?
because all my other shirts are dirty.
Yeah. What does that one say in Chinese? Does it say penis?
This says underground dweller.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I know.
It's from a show. It's called. It's from an anime called J-List.
Oh.
I don't.
Are you sure that's not a website? Because I've been to that website.
J-List?
Yeah.
Isn't that like a porn site?
No, they sell all kinds of crap. J-List sells.
It's an anime. It's anime though, right?
Well,
Mostly?
they sell all kinds of Japanese stuff. They're basically, the dude is from San Diego originally, and he set up shop over in Japan. And I can't remember which province, but he's over in a province of Japan. He's raising his whole family there, married a Japanese woman and all that good stuff. But
How the hell did he pull that off?
well, it's
That's
just
what I want to know.
I guess he started those dating simulator games because he actually mentioned that in one of his. I guess they just hit their 10-year anniversary. He was a translator for those games, and then the company he was working for used to sell stuff all over the world, and then their economy got hit, so they kind of backed off, and now he basically went in and said, well, why don't we start doing this? And now it expanded into a whole website where they pick up like candy and stuff like that, all kinds of stuff that gets sold in Japan but doesn't really make it outside of Japan for like normal stuff. And now he basically resells it to people in the States, Europe, and all that stuff. It's expensive to buy anything from him, but at the same
like the
time,
K-pop store in the mall?
Kinda, yeah, something like that. And it's just like he sells music, they sell games, they'll sell a lot of import stuff, candy, all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, this was a grab bag shirt from Think Geek.
Yeah.
Which you get like a random shirt that they don't tell you what you're getting. But it's apparently a shirt design from some anime that I've never heard of. And the character is apparently kind of like an otaku type. And his shirt says Underground Dweller. So I wear this shirt when I'm out of other shirts.
Yeah.
This shirt and my Welcome to Tatooine shirt, which is fucking bright yellow, looks like, and it's like a camp T-shirt.
Okay.
I wear those two shirts when I'm out of all of my other shirts, and our fucking washer and dryer haven't been delivered yet. So
yeah, no,
and we're not keen on washing our clothes in the rusted out fucking pieces of shit that people left here.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, at one point I bought a bunch of candy from them, and they had like all the different flavored Kit Kats and stuff like that.
Dude, have you tried special editions?
Of what?
They're called special editions.
They're
Dennis, you've had them. They're Chinese. They're actually Chinese, not Japanese. But the what is it? Guava? The guava candy?
Yeah, that's it. I think it's guava. I think you're right. I think it's guava. I can never remember.
Yeah, this special. They're called special editions. They're the fucking. The writing is in Chinese. They're little green candy. They're fucking amazing. I love.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it is guava. Could technically be mango, but I don't know.
No, it's guava.
It's not like the rice candies. I love the rice candies. I think those are from Japan, though.
I don't think. I've never enjoyed Japanese food. My parents used to have Japanese exchange students.
Because you're racist.
And they would always.
not racist, a racist.
Racist, yes, you racist. Right. How much I know?
Because I like Chinese food.
No,
Well,
I've
some of
seen the Chinese food you eat. It's not Chinese food, dude.
I like sesame chicken.
I remember when I took you to that fucking one Japanese restaurant. I think, what was your answer?
It wasn't Japanese. It was Chinese.
No, the Chinese restaurant. And you said this is the most Chinese food I've ever. Actually, the most real Chinese food I've ever had. No, it was. I thought I've had Chinese food before.
This is the most. Yeah, I thought I had Chinese food before. They had sesame chicken. Their sesame chicken was fantastic. Just like the fucking Chinese restaurant that's down the street from me that also sells Japanese food, sushi and all that other shit. I've just not been a big fan of fucking Japanese food. I don't like the way they cook their noodles. I don't like their spices. I don't like the way that they cook their food. I've just never been a big fan of Japanese food.
Well, they have pretty good Kit Kats.
They have some crazy Kit Kats.
Yeah,
dude,
pancake flavored.
Yeah, like some just fucked up and crazy.
Yep. Green tea flavored.
So when are you gonna go to Japan? Either one of you.
I don't know,
Never.
someday maybe.
Never. Because I know they wouldn't want me there. I think we talked about this last week.
Yeah, it was your tattoos.
We did talk. You did talk about it last week, but it's not true though. Like from my limited experience of Japanese culture, the whole tattoo thing doesn't really hold anymore.
Well, no, I would go over gangbusters with the young kids, and the older people would just fucking like look at me and go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, what are you worried about
Well,
the
it'd
old
be
people
different
for?
because you're
Because they're the ones that own
wouldn't
everything.
be-
That's why the old people are the ones that let me in.
Old people suck.
All the young people all live with their parents, so I'm not gonna get anywhere with that shit. I gotta have fucking. It's the old people that own the fucking businesses that I can get into and hang out at. It's not the young fuckers.
Dude,
It'd be
no.
different because you're a white dude too. It wouldn't be the same as if you were a Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a little different because I was white. It doesn't mean it wouldn't change it all that much.
Dude. Speaking of
Be a
which, have you been
tourist.
watching
That's all that
Brigargons?
matters.
I'd be a Yankee. That's what I'd be.
You'd be a Gaijin.
Yankee.
Guilo.
No, that's Chinese.
Weeaboo.
Whatever.
In Japan, a slang is actually called Yankee.
They call you a weeaboo and say, "Get out of here." We don't take kindly to yours around these parts.
You're a tourist and all that, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
had
like
a-
you're trying to start a business.
In all honesty, if you think about it, I could go. If I had a shit ton of money, it wouldn't matter where I go. It's because I had a shit ton of money, they would accept me. It wouldn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
Would you
If
try
I
to
had
go
like
to
100
go to Jiro's
if I had
sushi shop?
If I had $100 million, if I had $100 million spending cash, just to fucking spend, and no one would fucking say a word to me, I could go wherever the fuck I wanted.
Would you go to that sushi shop from Jiro Dreams of Sushi?
You know what? I haven't seen that. How is that show?
That is a very interesting documentary.
Is
Apparently,
I've been really interested about it.
it's very interesting. It's very culturally different from what you would expect, but it's very traditional but it's really good. It's really good. But what they say is that sushi shop is so like sought after to make a reservation to go there. You would have to make the reservation now, and you could probably get in about November.
Yeah.
And you go there, they give you the sushi, you don't order anything else, and pretty much you're there for about a half hour, and you're out. And you're looking
Dude,
at $300 American.
That's still fucking pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, good for him. Dude. I mean, that's seriously. They have a fucking a restaurant where it's like, yeah, it's like a fucking 8 month wait.
Yeah.
Not along with the fact that when you come in, I'm gonna give you whatever the fuck I decide you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna leave, and you're gonna pay me.
Yeah.
There's not many jobs in the world where you could actually do that for a living. You're gonna come to me when I tell you you can come to me. You're gonna take what I give you, and then you're gonna pay me and get the fuck out.
And it's like in the back. It's like in one of the back halls of a train station.
Yeah.
It's not even like in the middle of like Tokyo or anything. Like, well, I mean, it might be in Tokyo, but
Right.
it's not like
But it's
right out in the
to
open or
back.
anything. It's like
Yeah.
this little hole in the wall way in the back. It seats like 7 people.
That's fantastic, dude.
Mhm.
That's awesome. That literally is like the extreme version of supply and demand.
Oh yeah.
This is what I'm really good at. What I do. This is my limited space. You want to get in? Best of fucking luck.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you make demand for yourself, dude. Even if you had.
You guys would probably. You guys would probably really like a restaurant that we have up here called Mount Fuji. It's a hibachi joint,
Mm-hmm.
and it bothered me because the guys that do the cooking on the hibachis, like, it's the type of place that they cook right there at your table.
Right. It's all Mexican dudes.
No, they're all Japanese, but they're all like very. It's like racially stereotypic, and
Those white guys that look like they're Japanese. So it's
no,
just,
like they're
That's fair.
like the guy that served us, the chef that served us had only been here for like a year or two, and he was working to bring his family over. According to him,
Right.
Probably the same story that everybody gets from every single waiter, like every single chef.
Same
but,
idea. I'm doing this to pay for college.
Yeah.
and like they have to do a very like oversaturated accent, unless some of them are actually
Unless they're not, it's not oversaturated. It's just
from. But they sing. They no. I'm telling you, some of it's very played upon, and it's very racist the things that they have to say, because you can tell that a lot of the shit that they say is scripted. It's the same shit they say to every table, and
it probably is, and so it creates consistency.
But it's fucking amazing food. It's amazing. I had steak. I don't remember what kind of steak it was, but it was amazing. And the guy sits there and he fucking cooks it right there in the hibachi right next to your table. He's fucking like throwing shrimp tails into his fucking big stupid chef hat. But I think both of you would thoroughly enjoy it. That place is also fucking ridiculously expensive.
Oh, I bet.
So if the three of us were to go without our significant others, it would cost probably about $100.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've been to places like that. There's a couple places in Chicago I've been to where it's like that. It's fucking fantastic food, but it's like, well, I'm broke for the next 2 weeks.
I'm not going to eat anything else for the next month.
Yeah, because I can't afford to. What are you drinking? Water and lemons. That's all I got. I got to survive. Shit. I was going to tell a story, but I don't remember now. See, out here, though, the ironic part is you go to like the sushi restaurants out here, there's a bunch of Mexican dudes making the food. You're just like, that's not true. This
isn't a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You just look at him going, how the fuck did you learn how to make sushi? Because it takes years. I know you weren't in Japan. Don't bullshit me. You just got here. I just fucking... Don't fuck with me, boy. I know what the hell's going on. Start yelling at people around there about the conspiracy.
You want white rice, eh?
I had a friend that was fucking Puerto Rican. And he was telling me a story. In Puerto Rico, he worked at a Chinese restaurant that actually beat out there's a Chinese restaurant like a couple doors down. They actually beat out the other Chinese restaurant that was actually run by full Chinese. He goes, yeah, us Latino people really know how to fucking cook. He's like, I did better than the Chinese. They sucked. I'm like, no wonder you guys are all over the place cooking foods. You guys are really good at it. Of course, then I gave him shit for being a Mexican, but then he got mad at me because he wasn't. So
yeah, I heard that on last
Puerto Rican, you call them Mexican. Oh boy, do they get mad.
Yeah, Puerto Ricans, Colombians, like you don't call Puerto Ricans or Colombians Mexican, and you don't call a Colombian a Puerto Rican, or vice versa. Like they're all very, very proud of their.
I used to do it because I knew he used to get his. I know he used to fucking get his goat. That's why I did it. It's like, yeah, you fucking Mexicans. I'm fucking Puerto Rican. I said, I know, but you keep fucking. Every time I do it, you get mad. So it's just, I'm not gonna stop. You just fucking you let me know this is aggravates me.
Yeah, you validate my statement by getting upset.
Yeah. Stop getting mad. I had stopped saying it. You should realize that by now. But I'm not going to stop getting mad. But I'm not going to stop saying it. It's just going to be a vicious circle we're going to go around. That's your fault.
Listen, negative attention is still attention.
Yes, Steve. That is very true. Stevie's having a kid, right?
That's what I heard.
Yep.
They doing all right on it now?
Huh?
Because I know, didn't she...
Stevie's not having the baby. Fucking Beav is having the baby, and now Beav will have 2 children to work with. So...
Right this time. I know there were some complications last time.
No, it's a couple months in. Beav, you remember how big Beav was, right? Tiny. Yeah.
Beav's fucking like 5 pounds.
Yeah. Now just put a big baby in her stomach. She's still the same size. She just has a big baby in her now. I'm like, oh, poor Beav. I bet her back's just fucking killing her. Because she's tiny. I mean, she was like 100 pounds. She's
a miniature Steve.
Yeah, she's gained weight as the baby, but it's only on the baby. It's nowhere else on her. She's still tiny everywhere else. I'm like, oh, that's gotta suck. I'm sorry, buddy. I really am. And then Steve evidently got a gig as a fucking. And this scares the hell out of me. He repairs elevators and fire systems. I'm like, how?
Well,
Who
then
the hell?
remind me.
who the
Then
hell let
remind me to never ever take an elevator anywhere
Yeah,
in the
I don't-
greater Chicago area.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, so you work on security? He's like, yeah, I work with elevator stuff and like fire, like fire alarm systems. I'm like, what buildings does your company work for? Because I'm not going anywhere fucking near them if you're playing with that shit. Ever. I love Stevie. I love Steve. Stevie is probably one of my favorite people in the entire world because he has the craziest mind in the world, but somehow always made sense. Never understood how he did it for being as whacked out as he was, but he'd say something, you'd go, huh. You're fucking right.
Okay.
Every time you just go, you're out of your fucking mind, but for some reason that makes total goddamn sense. And he can explain it 100% when he doesn't matter how far off the rails he was talking, he'd still be able to make it make sense. It's just like, you bastard. Oh, so
Yeah, Stevie is a very special type. I still want Stevie or fucking Pat on the show because
Pat's,
I imagine that
Stevie would be a bitch to get on right now, but I think
breaking
Craig would have to be on getting Pat on. I couldn't. He knows Pat better than I do. So
probably break the internet. Pat came on our show.
yeah, he'd break the internet just because he would have to say about a half a dozen words and then boom, that'd be the end of it. Then we'd have to get rid of everybody else and just let Pat talk because then I would do the show. The show wouldn't fucking matter if Pat started talking. We could all just leave. He'd just let him go.
Well, that would basically be the show. It's just
pretty much.
Pat
It'd
talking.
be Pat talking and us laughing our asses off every time he opened his fucking mouth.
Yeah. That's true.
that is true.
That be the truth you be speaking.
I remember at Craig's wedding, them dropping off another big bowl. The caterers dropping off a bowl of pasta, and Pat looking at me but announcing to the table, he's like, "I'm gonna have to go eat this in the shitter." and and continuing to look at me, a person he just met, telling me I do my best eating in the shitter.
That sounds. I mean, literally. That.
And then following that, like, I'm dying at this point. Just because of the concept that they dropped off a bowl of food, he is now compelled to eat this food, and the only way that he can possibly eat this food is in the fucking John.
You've never seen him and his brother Will together.
Oh God!
Do you think you could ever reach a point?
Craig,
Do you think you could reach a point?
The night were you there? The night when he pretty much Will fell asleep and he just fed Will fucking roast beef. Were you there that night?
No, I wasn't there for that, but I was there the night that he found the summer sausage at the one house over in Highland, and he finds it. It's called a yard of meat, and he just starts cutting it up and putting it on people's that are passed out face. And he's just like, "Here you go, buddy. Have some lami," and he's just slamming it on their faces.
He's telling me he follows all of this up, and at this point, I can't eat anymore. I can't do anything but laugh. I'm afraid that I might piss myself because I'm doubled over laughing. Because it's nonstop. You guys know, but for the listening audience, it's a nonstop stream of consciousness. And he looks at me, again, talking to the entire table, but looking at me, the person sitting next to him that he just
Right.
met, and says, "Do you think you can ever reach a point where you take a bite of food and the same amount of food that you just put in your mouth, you shit out? So as you're eating, you're shitting out the same amount of food." And he's saying this with a fucking straight face as he's eating. It's like, so I take this forkful here and I eat it and I swallow it, and immediately when I swallow it, I shit out the same amount. So as I'm eating, I shit. How do you answer that question? Rhetorical or not, how do you even function around that question? Do you think you could ever reach a point where when you take a bite of food, you shit out the same amount?
Okay, so you've never met his brother Will. Will is a very, very intelligent guy, like hyper intelligent, but the same size as Pat. So Will gets super, super drunk and passes out in a chair. Pat walks over with this big stack of roast beef and just starts feeding it to an unconscious Will. You put it in Will's mouth, you hear hum, 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 and he would just eat it. And so Pat just sat there and fed a passed out Will roast beef. Just fucking just feed it to him. I'm watching.
Wasn't Will vegetarian at that point too?
I'm fucking dying watching this happen, and he's just. I mean, unconsciously, Will's just eating it, not even thinking about it. He's
Yeah.
Just,
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I've heard the fallout of that a couple times, where I believe Will had just turned Muslim and wasn't supposed to be eating roast beef or whatever for whatever reason, and Pat kept feeding it to him.
those two are unbelievable. Will, if you get Will going too, because Will's got a fucking mind on it. He'll say shit where you just go, I have no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, we were at a wedding, and one of our friends had a room there, and a bunch of us ended up over there. Pat and Will are there. Will is so plastered, he's out on the balcony singing Irish drinking songs to himself at full volume.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
In Irish too. He'll sing in the fucking language,
Yeah.
which fucks you all up. I remember reading. He told me one time. He goes, I went to England and I tried some of the English food. Look at me. And he said, like he pointed at himself. He's a big guy. He goes, it's awful. And that's coming up from a very large man. English food is awful. I'm like, well, I goes, yeah, English food is awful. If you like beans and bland shit, you'll love English food. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I love food. This is not good. He fucking kills me.
Yeah, and then back before you were around this group as much, Dennis, at a certain acquaintance's house at night after the parties would always die down, like on a Saturday or whatever.
Right.
Me, Pat.
You're talking to Highland House,
yes,
right?
Yes. Me and Pat, Steve and Bernadette, and Anna would have what we'd call a metal meeting, where we're the only ones still awake, so we'd go in the basement, stand around the bar, and just get really loaded listening to metal. And then our acquaintance would come out very unhappy because 5 a.m., anytime it hit 5 a.m., deicide, full volume. And he was never happy.
Mad, right?
He was never happy. And Pat just told him, go the fuck back to sleep or you're going to get hurt.
He'd get all mad. But had he been up the entire time, he wouldn't have fucking cared.
No,
if he was awake, he wouldn't have given a shit. But he was sleeping, and so it just upset him. I'm like, shut up, you fucking one.
Oh yeah.
I was at a certain somebody's house. I was at a certain somebody's house, passed out in a bed with my girlfriend of the time. That a certain acquaintance comes in naked with a fucking microphone cord hanging out of his ass, singing "I'm a Modern Major General." Saying the fucking Pirates of Penzance, standing over me with that in his fucking ass, and I'm like, "You are gonna get your shit kicked out of you in about 30 seconds." And then he got and then later in the night, I started making noise, and he got mad at me. I'm like, "You cannot say a fucking word.
Yep.
You come and stand over me, your dick flopping in my face, and a fucking microphone cord hanging out your ass. You cannot say anything to me." Because of course he came downstairs the following day and sang a song. If I hear you having sex again, I'm gonna kill you. So I mean, so yeah, that's how that worked out.
Or we were at the same house in Highland.
Huh?
And we were at that house in Highland, and one night,
right.
Mr. Shannon is pretty lit up.
Normal.
Yeah.
Was that Evans? Was that
Evan
Evan Williams? Right.
He had like a gallon of that, but he drank already half of it at that point.
Yeah. The man could drink a gallon of Evan Williams. You know how hard that is to do a night. That motherfucker.
But so here's what happens. It's shortly after Halloween. He's wearing a half monster mask that kind of covers up the front of his face, but it's just strapped on,
Right.
holding the sword from Braveheart. Someone's got a replica of that in the house from their Halloween costume. And it's the actual sword, it's an actual sword. And he is so drunk, he's waving the sword around. They're like, you need to put that down. And he goes, how about I put it up? Jams it through the ceiling into one of the ceiling rafter beams. And he goes, oh, it's not coming out. And he went home.
If someone, I have two responses to that. If someone the size of Pat shut up or you're going to get hurt. Go to bed or you're going to get hurt. Pat's not a small guy.
No.
In any stretch of the imagination. By any means, he's a big personality. He's a big dude. I'd be like, you know what? You are absolutely right. I think I have some earplugs in my room.
And the funny thing is, he's such a fucking-natured dude. If you pissed him, you'd have to really get to the point to piss him off.
Oh, yeah.
So if you got to that point, you're like, you stay the fuck out of his way. Just because that's bad. That's really fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I had a buddy, his name was Mark, who drank Evan Williams, but only on the occasion. He told me one time, he says, Travis, I'm going to tell you now, if you ever see me walking down the street with a bottle of Evan Williams, cross the street, you don't know me. Because when I'm hanging out with Evan Williams, I have no friends.
Jesus.
Oh, speaking of, we're talking about Evan Williams and Pat. Dark Lord.
And sure, a couple months later.
Speaking of, and how big Pat is. This is a great story. It's when Pat was playing with in that certain band that we will not discuss.
Yeah.
He was playing at Dark Lord Days, right? So at Dark Lord Days they have those gigantic wooden kegs, right? Those big massive ones. Well, we're like, we're gonna lift one up, and we're all fucking hammered. So Pat and I go to grab one, right? We grab one side. Pat fucking drops it. And now we're talking like a 300-pound fucking wooden keg. He drops on my leg, just tears this mark all the way down my leg. I'm like, get this off. So they get it off. I'm sitting there, and I'm just bleeding everywhere. Bernadette walks up and goes, I'll clean that off. And then proceeds to pour Evan Williams down my cut. Just I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
You cleaned it though.
No, it was clean, and then of course, I actually watched Pat pick that cake. We went back and we lifted it, and I watched Pat actually get it up over his head. I was like, and we took a quick picture because he's like, "Hurry up! I'm gonna drop it."
When our mutual acquaintance was moving from the house in Highland over to the house in Hammond, I watched Pat pick up a washing machine over his shoulder and just carry it across the front yard. He's like, "Yeah, I'll get it in the garage for you."
Boy.
Yeah.
Pat is a scary big dude.
He's
one of the monsters that if you've never met somebody in your life that is this big.
Oh, he's fantastic though. I love the guy.
And I've met one or two. Pat is the biggest overall. But he reminds me of a guy I used to know named Brett, that he called himself the Brett Neck, or Wayne Gretzky. That's how he referred to himself, and he would refer to himself in the third person.
Okay.
But unless you've met somebody that is that big, where they can literally grab a washer and carry it. I don't give a fuck if they carry it 2 feet. They put it up on their shoulder and walked 2 feet. That's scary big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is,
he's huge. But when you meet him, he's just a gigantic fucking teddy bear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking total sweetheart. But I can't imagine pissing him off. I would shit my pants if I pissed him off.
But see, then you have our other friend who goes by Mr. Utah.
Oh, Jesus.
That guy makes Pat look like a tiny man.
Oh, I had a friend one time tell me, I thought I saw a gorilla because he worked for the city or the town he lived in. He goes, I was driving down the road and I thought I saw a gorilla hammering in a steak. Oh, it turned out to be Utah.
Yeah, exactly.
Utah nice again, great guy if you know him, but
Yeah.
that's the type of guy you don't piss off. He will just pick up a car and throw it on you. That's Utah. Utah will. Utah doesn't give a shit. Oh really? Ha
Have I met Utah? I don't think I've been
I
to
don't think
Utah.
so. I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
so.
no. You'd know if you met Utah.
Yeah, he was invited to the wedding, but he was on a fishing trip that weekend.
Yeah. No, if you met Utah, he fills up a doorway. I mean, he
Yeah.
literally fills a doorway.
He's
you'll
like
see-
what,
he's like
6'5", 6'6"?
at least 6'5", 6'6". Yeah, about 6'5", 6'6", and probably like 350. Easy.
Yeah, yeah. His hands
Yeah.
are like Christmas hams.
Yeah. And it's
You
just natural. There's not. It's not like he's just built that. He was born that way. He's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Fucking. He helped me. I had hit a deer with my car. He helped me beat the shit out of my car back into position. He hammered it back in. He's like, I'll help you out. Wham! I'm like, yeah, you go ahead there, meat hands. You
Yeah.
That's like
But
the our old GM. We won't go in, but he's built big too. Just
Yeah.
naturally huge.
Yeah.
But I've only met a handful of guys that were just it's like they were born. These are the type of dudes that 1,000 years ago they would have been fucking clan leaders. They would have been kings. They would have been berserkers. They would have had a place in society. Whereas now we don't have a whole lot of use for just big, huge motherfuckers. That, there's not a whole lot of use for you anymore.
Kind of like
You're
Stan.
just-
Right? It's like Stan. Stan would have been a fucking gladiator king. He would have had fucking women thrown at him.
Yeah, fucking built like a brick shithouse. Looking at him, just like, don't touch me, please, because no matter how friendly you touch me, it's gonna hurt. Like, don't. I kind of like that we have the declaration.
I don't give a fuck.
I like how last week Dennis said we should just call it, and then you played it.
Yeah. I was like, we were actually early on that one.
That's all right. It worked out. It worked out well. Whatever. Fuck it. Oh, all right. Good week. Nice chatting. It was a good
Hopefully
week.
next
Have you
week
ever had a
we
dream
have.
that
I'm.
that you had you could you do you want you could do so you could you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
Yeah,
What
this
the
sounds like
fuck
pretty
is
much
that?
every show we've ever fucking done. I mean, that's exactly how we sound.
That was the Too Long Didn't Read version. Hank.
Next week we should have Dennis. You mentioned it last week, but we should have James Cullen Bressick. He's a horror director.
Yeah, up and coming. I guess he's actually hitting pretty big.
He's the guy whose dad I think worked for what was it, Disney or Tiny Toons or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But I know, like, it was a J for it was like, I forget, it was Dial Jessica or Dial J or whatever it was. Evidently, it's been getting great reviews. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research so I don't fail.
like we always do. I mean, you can try it, but Craig and I are just gonna come and fuck it up anyways.
I'm gonna wing it,
that's
bro.
what we're here for.
That's the
We
best
won't
way
do
to
any
do it.
research. We won't do any fucking fact finding. We're just gonna come in blind, looking like we do, and just to fuck with it. And what the hell? We're just gonna roll. we come in. What was the old wrestling team, Craig? The fucking with the arms would go up and down. They were
Legion
fucking
of
Australian.
Doom?
Road Warriors.
They were, yeah, just come in like the Road Warriors. We'll just fucking come in. Fucking
No,
all stupid.
Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers, that's it. The Bushwhackers, yeah.
Oh,
we'll come
man.
in like the Bushwhackers and just fucking and just fuck everything up, anyways. Because that's how we roll. At least I will.
And then
Fuck them.
after that, I'm setting something up with Greg Carlwood from the Higher Side Chats podcast. I want to start doing. I told you guys last time I was on. I told you I wanted to do like content creators,
Talk with people. Yeah, I get it.
talk with people who make podcast or YouTube videos.
Okay, Mr. Fucking Fancy Pants, get Mark Maron on. Let's see you pull that one off. Let's do it.
I would love to talk to Mark Maron.
The revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
Invite up Brian Buffett. Okay, so apparently that is the end for us. I can't ramble.
That would apparently be the Bushwhackers theme song.
But we do have big plans for the future. Oh, I do.
Yeah, you do. I
big
just come
plans
in
for the future.
fucking up anyways. Who cares? Whatever.
So Hank, hang out with us for a little bit longer. Hopefully we'll get our shit together. You'd think after 100 episodes we'd know what the fuck we were doing, but
You'd be wrong.
You stop thinking now because that's just going to get you in trouble. That's what I've always learned.
Bye, Hank.
Bye, Hank.
See you next week, Hank.